Hello viewers, this is me Anam Usmani, alumni from Dr. Viren Sroop Institute of Computer Studies. So I would like to say thanks to my facilitators for taking me in to this master class of coffee painting, where I'll be talking about some of the basics and everything all about arts. But before that, I would love to tell you about my journey and how everything just contributed in my career as Anam Usmani Creations, which is itself a little brand in the Kanpur city. So I did MBA from the same college, and it was my HR and marketing. So as we have this mindset that girls should go for HR, so I did the same, but I never realized this fact that I am so much into marketing that I used to even score well in that. So the journey was amazing, and it was my goal to just complete my studies, and then right after it I have to do something within the city because of the restrictions from the family that I shouldn't move out to other city for job or any other purpose. So I was like quite focused to like let's explore this period of my learning age, and I was like so much into studies, and yeah, definitely tried my best to be into each and every extracurricular activities as well. So did my best in Srijan, and then I remember I used to win in logo designing competitions as well. So I'm just telling you so that I know you are still studying, you can just relate me with you that things that you are experiencing now, I've been into the same phase as well. So we all are appearance like not me, but you guys will be soon going to be in a working life. So it's very important that you should understand that you should be very clear in your head that where you really want to go. So never ever just restrict your mind that I am if I did MBA, if I did MC, I'm going to be something in that field as well. I believe this is my mindset. It may sound a bit odd. I believe studies is for furnishing your personality, understanding your skills, and then doing what you actually love, right? So it may sound a bit contradictory that a person did MBA and how come she's known for arts. So art is definitely my passion, but by profession in the same city I'm mainly known for social media marketing. So I still remember in my orientation day how I mentioned that, sir, I am more crazy about graphic designing, but my parents never allowed to go out. So how should I, amend everything? And I still remember how my head of department told me that how I should, use this degree, use this platform of MBA, and then turn my passion into profession, and that's what is happening today. So it's very important to use your platform for, using each and every bit of it, and then turn your passion into profession, and then you'll definitely do everything right. So that's what like my whole journey with the same college, and I have millions of good memories. I don't even remember single bad memory because I was quite focused that I'm going to use every bit of it. So it's very important for you as well that use your platform not only for studies but for some extracurricular activities as well, so that you can be more refined version of yourself when you pass out. So since I am mainly known for artwork, so I'm just going to display some of my basic skills, like how you should use coffee as a painting. So before that I need to tell you what actually coffee painting is. So this may sound little different to some of you because coffee is only meant for drinking, but as an artist I believe that art don't have boundaries. In the same way art forms don't have boundaries. You can simply just use anything around you, use the nature, use the skills, you can say again, and then just fuse everything together, and then boom, you have something to look upon. So it's very important being an artist, just keep exploring everything around you, because I think nature is itself an art. Don't you believe that? Well, everybody does that. So in the same way I felt this is not such a new thing, but it may be not much known to everyone. So coffee painting was like is already in the industry, you can say. But since I was like so much done and dusted with the sketching, so I felt like let's explore my hands with the coffee painting as well, where coffee is going to be replacing our painting colors and rest will be same. But it's very, since it's an eatable, it's sticky, its texture is different from the painting color, so we have to be very concise with the things, that the proportion of the stuff we are going to choose, we are going to use, right? So I'll be telling everything in this video, and I'll make sure that if you don't have any doubts, but still if you have any, you can definitely drop down the comments, or you can reach out to me in my social media as well, and I'll be it will be great for me to spread my hands for helping. So for the coffee painting, it's apart from the art texture and art platform, I really believe that why one should explore with this is because when you do an artwork, I believe artwork is like a meditation, right? Like, it's a break from a reality. You're just infusing your mind into something so that you can be in the moment, you can forget, you can let go your stress and everything, and just just take out a space for yourself. That's why I believe that artwork actually exists for an artist. It's just different for every other person, but for me it is like that only. So while you're doing coffee painting, the fragrance everybody loves, obviously. The fragrance that you're gonna get during that artwork session is going to be amazing. Since I've done some of the workshops as well, where multiple people sit together, we are like a group of girls, a group of young people who want to be spoken, who want to be more connected socially, and they are like speaking to each other, making new friends and everything else, right? So for that, coffee painting was a very brilliant idea, because we were like so much into aura. We just generated the aura and we were like using every bit of it. So coffee painting is not about only giving a good result for your eyes, that you can see something see something good with your eyes, but it's also good for your mind, for your every senses. That touch, when you're going to use some different patterns, that touch, that smell, that scene that you're gonna see, everything is so brilliant about it. So apart from coffee painting, like I do some other artwork as well. I started with your sketching and then everything else, and it was like your there are different platforms. There are painting colors, there are doodling, there are then many things you should explore. But since I felt that this is something, might be something new for you guys as well, so I should but I should come up with coffee painting here, right? So just all you need to do is just grab some coffee from your kitchen, a little amount of water and everything else, and I'll be telling everything in my second half of my video, so that you can experiment your hands as well, and it will be great to put that piece of artwork at your home, so that whenever you look at, you can just feel this that vibe, that fresh vibes that you actually get while drinking coffee, right? So that's it about the coffee painting, and I'll be switching my camera towards my workstation so that you can see how actually everything turns out, right? So before starting, I want to show you some of my coffee paintings that I already have, and I have tried like 1 or 2 years back, how you can see that it actually turns out to be, so that you can see the fine result, and then we will be starting over with our work as well. So these are some of the monuments that I tried my hands on, and some portrait, and there were some more other portraits which are no more with me because they are dispatched with the order, and then some of the artwork that people have done in my workshop. So let's begin with our tools and everything else, and I'll be telling what are the things that you'll be needing. So these are the exact things that you'll be needing. Definitely some piece of paper. I'm using small papers, and will recommend the same to you as well, so that since we are beginner, we are just experimenting with the textures. So just don't start up with a very big size. Just take small piece of papers, and then a utensil to pour some coffee and water into it, and definitely coffee. And then painting brush of different sizes. There's no restriction to a particular size, just take any size, because again we are just going to explore a lot with different textures. You can take any fabric or cotton, but here I'm using, this is a wet wipe, which is obviously not wet. I've just dried it up because it's very good in texture, and it's very good in giving texture to a wet coffee. So I'm taking a dried wet wipe, and then definitely some amount of water. So let's begin. So I'm going to start with empty vessel. So first of all, we need to make a lighter shade of coffee so that we can use it in the entire background, you can say, or you can say a layer 1 of our coffee painting, which is definitely should be light in color, right? So for the light in color, I'm going to use a lighter shade of coffee, and I'm going to take less amount of coffee but more amount of water. So let's pour some water now. You can just adjust the proportion as per like the quantity of coffee you have or the area of paper that you're going to use. So as you see, I've like taken enough amount of water. I hope it's visible, right? And then I'm going to put a very little amount of coffee in it. And yes, you can definitely fluctuate your proportion with the addition of water and coffee again and again. There is no such particular measurement to just like explore. It's simply just explore the proportion, right? You just have to keep experimenting the shade with the extra paper that you must carry during like while making this artwork. So as you see, this is not an entirely dark coffee because of the large amount of water and then less amount of coffee. So since I am more focused to do a lighter shade, right, in the background. So I'm just making some space for my art sheet. This is our art sheet, and I'm going to, again, there's no restriction with the size of the brush as well. You can take any size. So I'm going to, since it's a background, definitely I want to cover it up sooner without like spending much time on it. So I'll be taking the large size brush and then using the coffee. Okay, so just take make sure just like not to take a lot amount of coffee in your brush, because since it's a paper, make sure to take a paper of thick quality like 150 or 140 GSM. And then you can definitely try your hands on canvas as well, and always make sure to pour out the extra amount of water and then start covering up the layer. As you can see, this is extremely light in color, and that's how I at least wanted it. You can definitely try to make it more dark. It really depends on what you're choosing to make on your art sheet, right? So I'm just going to show you, since we restrict with the time duration of the video as well, so I'm going to show you a very basic leaf that I'm gonna make here, basically just to show you that how you should use the proportion of water and coffee, and how you should understand the idea of layering texture in the paper that we should do, right? One more very important thing about this coffee painting is make it sure to not to, like, it's my personal choice, rest is up to you as well. What I really like is that don't turn your coffee painting into entirely clean artwork. So simply just keep it raw and messy, because that makes it looks more natural. So I'm going to just leave it bit for a few seconds or for a while, so that it gets dried up with the air, and then I'm going to use my fabric to give some patches to it. So it's very easy, simply dab it with the different angle of movements of your hands, and you can see how it is turning, it is giving very different patches to it. So in the same way, we are just simply going to give the different layer to it. In the beginning, your paper may get folded because obviously we are using a water based coffee, so it can turn little wet. So again, I'm going to take another layer, and you can definitely use hair dryer as well if you are like in a rush. But what I believe that artist one must not be like, just keep some patience and enjoy your artwork. Let it dry with like natural process. So this is my another adding on to my layer. Again, I'm taking this fabric, and then, as dab. It's quite easy to dab all around. There are n number of techniques to give texture to your background, like if you're doing a canvas, just simply keep your paper like this and then drip some of the droplets. That's a very different technique and a bit time taking process, because it takes a lot of time to dry it up. So since we all are beginner right now and we want to learn this technique, so I'm going to keep it very basic and minimal, so that you can just at least try your hands with, right? So as you see, my layer 1 is completed. Now I'm again going to add little amount of coffee to this, so that I can get a darker shade. since I'm going to experiment my hands with the second layer now. You can boil your coffee in burner as well, so that you can get a darker texture. So since like there's different technique, this is the basic one I'm telling, just without kitchen wala technique. So again I'm just taking this paper and I'm just sprinkling it like this, right? Let me make some space, and I'm just dripping some droplets all around the paper. This time I'm not gonna use the fabric. I'm simply going to try to give the texture with the help of brush, because brush have little fibers and it itself can give a very good texture to it, right? So for this one I'm definitely going to give a time. I'll put my video on hold and give it at least enough time to dry up with the good texture, so that we can work on third layer. I've given enough time to my paper to get dried up, and you can see a little closer look, so that you can see how it actually looks with different patterns, layers, and then stains. So this is how it actually turns out to be. You can see like there are different layers and then textures, and that's how you can just turn your piece of art paper into. You can try different textures as well as recommended. You can try cotton balls, you can try fabric or sponge as well. Yeah, that would be perfect as well. So here I have tried my painting brushes and fabric only. So keep experimenting your hands with the layer 2 and layer 1. Once it's dried up, we are going to be working with the final layer, that is going to be the darkest one. So the darkest layer is going to be our object that we are actually going to draw on our art sheet. So let's begin with the third and last layer. Since this is going to be the most darkest layer, so obviously our proportion is going to be way too thick in texture and proportion. So I'm going to add some more coffee. Never ever worry about that you're gonna get you're going to throw this coffee. Definitely do not do that, because I'm absolutely against of wastage. So you can keep this leftover for your another painting. So I'm adding a more amount of coffee now, and then let's dilute it with brush and let's see the texture and the thickness it gets, right? So I'm just mixing it up with a gentle hand, and yeah, you can also like mix it in such a way that it does not create some particles. You should just dilute it in such a way that it should become entirely soft. Yeah, soft would be better. So I'm just making sure that it's dark in form. You can see it's still quite thin. I want it to be more thick. So again I'm going to add little more amount of coffee. So you can just take it in the cap and then add it like this. This is a lot. I'm not going to pour all of it, just a little amount of it, just enough to make it thick again, right? Again I'm telling, never ever waste anything, be it painting color, be it coffee. Obviously we must not waste food. So if you think that your art sheet is small but you have made a lot of coffee, you can definitely use it in another artwork. So this is now enough thick. So I'm now coming back to my art sheet, which is little bit dried up. You can use hair dryer or you can wait for it to get dried naturally, as I mentioned before. So I'm going to to be honest, I haven't planned what to make, but let's experiment a leaf. A sleek leaf will look good. Just take out the excess water by dabbing into it and give it a texture like this. You see how dark it looks, and then it gets lighter in shade, then that means it definitely needs more coffee, and then add more into it. So basically the only trick about coffee is the layering, the sense of layering that you should have in it, right? You can make anything. You can make a landscape, you can make some architectural artwork, anything you feel like, right? Since we restrict with the time, so I'm definitely making the most basic thing that I can do right now. And you can see and observe how I'm using the same brush entirely the same like all time. So you can definitely experiment with the small brushes as well, since it's not needed right now. But now I'm gonna do, because I want to make a little small size of leaf, so I'm just switching my brush to the smaller size and then making another leaf, right? You see how the texture goes. And the best, amazing, and the most wow factor about this thing is the process. Like while I'm making this, I can actually smell the coffee, and it's amazing. It's just a wow wala feeling. So I'm just re-adding the layers and giving it more texture. You see, since it's sticky in nature, so it dries. It not only dries, but gets more refined in the texture. So just keep adding on your coffee, keep adding on the darker layer, and you will see how it will entirely look in the end. I'm filling this one fully so that it shows this is the darker area, this is the lighter area, and that's how it should look. You can definitely try your hands with the different things. This is the most basic thing that I want you to understand, right? I'm adding the darker shades in the bottom area of the leaf, and then leaving the upper side of it same as it is, and then a little more amount of coffee, and then more, and then darker shades of it. Perfect. So now let me show you the close-up of it. You do not need to touch it now. See the close-up. Just leave it like this, let it dry naturally. I will not recommend using blow dry or anything else over here, because it was good for giving a texture to your background, but not now. And yeah, you can experiment things with your artwork again. Like I'm gonna just dab some, since I really like my artwork to be messy, so I'm just using my leftover wala coffee of my brush into the artwork like this, you see. So just randomly make more patterns all around the artwork, and it will turn more raw and look. It's absolutely your choice to do it or not to do it. I really like my art sheet to be filled with textures and patterns, so that's why I do this. I keep coming up with the different textures and everything, right? So you can do this in the entire area. So let's see how it will look. So I'm just adding more and more of the texture. Don't worry if it looks ugly, because we are definitely going to use our fabric to give it a firm or soft texture, you can say. Just take a edge of it and then dab it like this. I really want its edges to be darker in shade, so that's why I do this usually. And then this area. So you can experiment some of the droplets as well. For this, you just need to dip your brush in the coffee, and then with the help of your finger just drop it everywhere like this. And for this, you are now no more allowed to touch your artwork, because you simply need to just leave it like this. So as I told you, there are endless options to give texture to your artwork. So that's how it should look. And now, since you have understood the detailing and everything, now you can understand how we should do with the other texture and everything. You see, this is how it turns out to be with the different artworks. and definitely when it's fully dried up you can frame it as well. See the detailing, see that how I've used the darker shade and then lighter shade and then everything else, right? And then this is my favorite. Like you can see the patterns that I have used in the background, those droplets, how beautiful it looks when it's dried. And then the 4 layer, that is the Pisa, Tower of Pisa, right? The Leaning Tower. And then the another favorite one that I have is our Eiffel Tower. So the thing that you need to observe is how I use the background and then the foreground, right? So we all are done and dusted with our coffee painting, and I really hope to see you all doing this. Like you can definitely try your hands and tag me so that I can see your artwork, or you can just DM me on my social media platforms with Anam Usmani Creations on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Less active on YouTube, by the way. And yes, have a great time with your family at tea time with some coffee painting. It's very friendly and it's easy to do. So explore some quality time with your family, and yeah, all the very, very best for your studies and everything else that you want to achieve in your career. Bye bye, take care.